Good morning and welcome in for another video of myself, Darren, HGV Class 1 driver here in the UK. And our time has just hit 4 AM. You, my dear friend, are going to come in handy today. Oh yeah. Did have a pretty good sleep to be fair, but you never know what might be around the corner in a few hours time. Overnight bag, all set up there, ready for later. Because for today's little adventures, we're going down to London. I've got one in South London and the second one is over on the border of Kent by Swanley. Let's get you open. Stick you down there for later. Stick you in there for later. And keep you nice and chilled as well. Brake light check. Manual entry. Start at 4, other work from 4 until now. Nope, Convention's ready to drive. Load is all nicely secured, and when it comes to internal straps, you've got to use the internal straps regardless of the weight of the pallets. So always put it down, whether it's literally a pallet with a tiny little box, you've got to have a little strap on the inside as well, like so, or if it's something big like this. These are only about 300 kilograms each, just tissues really. You can either hook them onto these little catches here, or like over this way, if the catch is too far over to the left or the right, you hook it onto the bottom of the trailer itself. As long as it's all nice and secure. Trailer checks have all been completed, load is nice and secure, so it's time to hit the road. For the first job is around 6 hours to get there. That's including having a break as well for 45 minutes. I need to go straight down the M6, onto the Birmingham M5, and then onto the M40T, and then to the 42. Is that the right order? I don't know. And then the M25. And then we're coming off just south of Croydon, and I've got to go a certain route because the sat nav always wants to take me coming off around here, I think it is, and then you're going through all these like little country roads area. I've done that once before, it's an absolute nightmare, never again. So yeah, so what I do is come off this way instead, go up towards Croydon, come up, and then I drop down to where the location is. Nice and easy that way. And it looks like the Haydock roundabout is closed still, so I was hoping it would have been reopened by now because it's just hit 5 o'clock. So I was waiting until about 5 o'clock before I leave the yard, because on the way in this morning this put me back about 10 minutes to get into work. So I had to go all the way around, and by the looks of it, it's still closed. And yeah, I don't know why people are actually stopping at this red light when the whole roundabout is coned off and there's no other traffic on the road, and they're still stopping by the light. It's like, oh, go wait for that car to come. The road's closed, buddy. You're all right, don't worry about it. You're in the middle of a roadwork section. And to get around the roadworks, I've had to come down to this next roundabout over here. It's about a mile and a bit down the road. Go around it myself, and then I can get onto the M6 slip road this way. A little bit of a headache really, isn't it? It's like they're all rushing around now to try and get the roads reopened for 6. Hey, we can get onto the motorway. Wind is starting to pick up quite a bit as well. I don't think there's a storm due or anything, but I can feel the wind hitting the side of the trailer. And this morning, oh, the rain was awful. Kept stop-start, getting soaked, trying to sort the trailer out. Hoping, don't want to jinx myself, but we're hoping the Stoke junction is going to be open by the time we get there as well. Because last week we had a bit of an issue, then I got put back by about 40-45 minutes because the closed junction 16 to 15 on the M6, which is a little bit of a pain. So hopefully it's not like that this morning. There's nothing worse when you're driving at night time or when it's really dark like now and you got heavy rain and heavy wind at the same time. It's not fun. It's really not. As you can see on the floor as well, it's quite difficult to see the road markings, especially with all the spray coming up. That window screen is just getting battered right now by the rain. I feel the wind just blowing the trailer all over the place. Just approaching junction 10 now on the M6, and it is currently 6:45 already. So I've been driving for 1.5 hours, coming to a standstill, and I've still got 167 miles left to go. Hopefully after this junction clears up a little bit, so I'm coming off in about 4 or 5 miles anyway to join onto the M5, so hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. And for the time being, just got to sit put, haven't we? Definitely glad I'm not continuing down the M6 this morning. Looks like might have been a bit of an incident down there. But the M5, we've got a speed limit sign up and cleared to go. Looks it might be a nice day after all as well. Looks really nice clear skies there up above, doesn't it? Not like wet and windy Warrington. Let's go London, let's go! My word, that is one bright sun this morning. It's very, very low on the roads, which is causing a lot of people up ahead to be a little bit blinded and coming to a halt. So you have to be careful when the sun's this low, because it blocks out all your view, doesn't it? And that's when you get quite a few people having accidents because of tailgating. Slow down a little bit, let this fella out. No, no, it has the lights on. Still got 145 miles left to go. I wonder if he knows it's still got the hazard lights on. Yeah, it's just come off. My word, that is bright. So bright. Leave a bit of a gap so everybody can get on a slick road. Oh my word, my eyes. My eyes need sunglasses. It's always quite handy as well to try and keep like an old pair of sunglasses on you as well, because this time of year, this is when the sun just gets really, really low, as you can see. So it's always handy if you have a pair of sunglasses on. Always helps that little distraction, doesn't it? Don't get to see many of them cars anymore, do you? Is that an old Citroen? It looks really cool actually, doesn't it? I don't think I've ever actually seen one of them on the road. So let's try and get up next to it. Yeah, what car is it? Yeah, I think it is a Citroen. Might be a J05, something like that. Can't really read the tag on it. Looks nice, doesn't it? Look at it. Oh, that's an old one. JD520. Or is it a DS? It might be a DS actually. It's one of the things you see when you're on the road though, eh? Quite a nice view here now at the office window. All you can see is just all the farm fields on either side. You got the greenery and that. Yeah, it's a real nice drive down this way, isn't it? On the M40, just coming up towards Oxford. Time is 8:25 now, I've got 116 miles still to go. With a 45-minute break still needs to be taken. I'm looking at arriving at a destination with traffic, etc. on top of that as well. Realistically, they're probably going to be out 11:45, 12 o'clock, give or take. And then the next job after the first one is over at Swanley, and that'll probably take me about an hour and 15 or so to drive there from where I am at Croydon. I don't think it's actually part of Croydon as such, I think it's just south of Croydon. I'll be happy if the weather stays like this though for the weekend, it really will be. Speaking to Leanne as well a minute ago on the phone, and she was saying it's still pretty much really heavy winds and heavy rain, dark clouds up in Warrington, a little bit like what it was this morning. As you can see down here, it's a world of difference, isn't it? You wouldn't think an hour's drive difference was so severe. If you've got any questions about the vlog or HGV driving in general, or anything you're unsure of, let me know down below in comments and I'll try my best to answer as many as I can. And if you're going in for your test or doing any work towards HGV driving or anything in general, just best of luck for it. Hope it all goes well for you. And tomorrow is going to be my last day in work for the week. So I'm looking forward to a nice long weekend. Off on Friday. Little man's going out for his speech therapy on the Friday, so after he's done with his appointment, go and make the most of it and try and get away for the 2 nights. We're going up towards Lake District, so it's only about an hour and a half drive, so it's not a million miles out of the way. That's one thing I like about living in Warrington, to be fair. It's pretty much everything is in an hour and a half, 2 hours drive. You got Lake District about an hour and a half away. You got the Peak District not far away. You got North Wales. You got the beach. You got Southport Beach. If you really want to go there, West Kirby. Everything's pretty much within an hour and a half drive. It's great. You're driving over towards Buxton, which is a real nice little place to visit. You got somewhere like for a little camping or take your caravan. It's nice around that area. England in general though is really underrated, isn't it? There's so many little beautiful spots as well, in the UK shall I say. So I want to include Wales and Scotland in that as well. Especially up at Scotland on the west coast, it's absolutely stunning. Some of the pictures you see up there on some of the isles, you'd think it's Barbados, how clear the beaches are and there's water. Absolutely stunning. Same with St Ives as well. Cornwall, that's another place that I love going. It looks to be a good day for the farmers as well. I think they'll be out harvesting their crops. Ollie's getting the hay bales sorted out. Here's another really old vehicle as well on the trailer. An old Mercedes-Benz. It's like a bit of a camper van, doesn't it? Seen better days. But I think that'd be really nice to once it's restored. Good little project to have, wouldn't it? Approaching 4 hours of driving time now. So I've got 30 minutes driving time to make it over towards Beaconsfield services. And I've got to admit, I really like driving down this part of the M40. On a nice clear day like today, it looks absolutely lovely, doesn't it? The little valley we're going to be driving through in a second. You got all the greenery, all the farm fields, and I mentioned it a little bit earlier on, but it's just pretty much been nothing but all the way down on the M40. So it is a nice little drive going down towards London. It's a lot better than the M1 anyway, that is definitely for sure. A lot of roadworks going on the M1 at the moment, you really want to try and avoid it. I 71 miles until I'm at the destination itself, and about 2 hours driving still. So I need to pull over, then it'll be about another hour and a half from Beaconsfield to get to where I need to go. You forget how far away this location is from Warrington. So I need to jump onto the M25 still. Go around the whole ring road, the bottom part of the ring road anyway, and then come up. And it's probably going to take about 35 minutes or so when I come off the M25 to get to where I need to go. So it's just a nice little view here, isn't it? I mean, it's even better behind me, to be fair. I'm not too sure what I got planned for later on. Possibly a collection from Maidstone area or around London to take back up towards Warrington. Also, a little bit hit and miss where it could be. Depends what time we get the last one dropped off. Hoping to be at the last one for around 2 o'clock, give or take. And I can start making my way back up north. And again, it just depends if I've got anything to bring back or not. If not, what I might do is jump over Dartford crossing, or the Dartford tunnel, shall I say, and then come off the M11, then jump straight up that way to the A14, cut across. But if you're ever coming down towards like south or west part of London, just about to pull up now at Beaconsfield services, and hopefully there'll be space. It's always a little bit hit and miss, isn't it, these services? They're not the biggest. Depends what time of day you come though. 9:30 currently, so hopefully it should not be too busy. Remember a few weeks back, came here at about 5:30. It was absolutely rammed. Got lucky though, I got lucky, because as I was going around the second time with no space whatsoever, somebody was leaving. So I managed to occupy a nice little corner. I think they need to be a little bit expanded around here as well, especially for the trucks. Normally get them all the way down here as well on the right hand side. Yeah, looks like there's a few spaces in there still, so it should be alright. No point making it difficult for yourself. Now so swing it around and just drive it straight in. Plenty of spaces. And there we go. Nicely done. Don't know why there's a car park there. So that's been there for a while. Why is there a truck parked there as well? Because there's plenty of spaces. Don't need to park there on the left. Quick little 40-minute nap. I don't know if I feel better or worse for it, but I was hoping I'll feel a bit better. Yep, feel a little bit groggy after that. Oh, sometimes, like you say, you feel a lot better, don't you, after a quick half-hour nap, and sometimes you just need it. And I felt like I needed it today, because it felt like a really long drive to get down. Still got an hour and a half left to go, 55 miles. And yeah, jumping onto the M25 ring road, jumping around there, and then coming up from there to go towards Croydon. It's not a bad drive though to get around when you come off the motorway as well. It's quite simple to get there, and that's why I prefer driving down country roads instead of long journeys on the motorway, because the motorway journeys, especially first thing in the morning, it can take it out of you quite a bit. It takes a lot of concentration, you got to keep on the ball, and you're just focusing straight on, and a lot of stop starts as well, isn't it, which kind of puts the layers on your journey as well. That's not a good sign, is it? All the chaps are alright. Not quite what I needed. Hopefully it's a case of congestion for people trying to get off on the M4. I could probably put quite a bit of money on it though. There's people in this lane last minute trying to jump onto the M4. As far as I can, I'm going to try and jump over to the third lane. See quite a lot of people braking now in the second lane. That is one of my pet hates, it really is. You know your junction's coming up, you know when you're coming off, and you see a little bit of traffic in that lane, so you think, instead of waiting in the correct lane for my junction, I'm just going to stay in a live lane and then just slam my brakes on to jump into the lane that I need. A little bit like these two here now. You got that van. There's a car just before the van doing it. Not this little box van, but the one next to it then. There was another one a bit further up doing it. Honestly, there's nothing worse. It's my pet gripe, because it just causes so many accidents. All it takes is one driver to be in that first lane, not paying attention, carrying on, and then the car in front slams on because they want to cut across, and then accident done straight away. Oh, I don't know if there's been an accident there. Yep. HGV smashed into the back of the other one. Luckily nobody was hurt. You can see ratchet straps on the floor. Will look like they're from the little forklift on the back of the rigid HGV. And then you can see loads of liquid coming out, look like spilt milk, to be honest with you, coming out of the one behind. What's gone into the back of him. That's why I always say, keep that bit of distance from the vehicle in front. It's not worth it. You've got to try and get home in one piece, don't you? Just coming up to a place called, I think it's Selsdon or Snelsdon. Selsdon, there it is. Just seen a Selsdon nail shop there on the left hand side. Careful that little moped. Mopeds are just flying around all over the place at the moment today. Not too far from the destination now, only 4 miles to go. And it's pretty much going to be roads like this all the way down there. And to get towards the housing estate bit, which is just near the farm. It's the place that I'm actually delivering to. It's like a farm, or at least used to be anyway. There's a couple of caravans what are parked up there on the side, so it's quite narrow access. And then they've built like business units on the site. Just hoping the yard's nice and clear as well, so we can turn around nice and easy. It does get a bit tight in there as well. Thank you. So that guy there crossing the road didn't even check this side of the road if it was clear. He was just looking the opposite direction, walking out. Weather seems to be quite nice still as well. Nice and warm. It's currently 10 to 12 and I'm still on time to get in there for 12 o'clock as well. Just round the corner now from the delivery, about a mile and a half away. And if you remember back to this morning when I put the destination in the sat nav and I said I came off at the wrong junction and it was absolute headache to try and get here. The roads were absolutely not suitable for a HGV. Very, very tight, very narrow and busy. To the point where I was going down some of these lanes and you couldn't fit a car and the truck down the road, so I had to like reverse back, and then some poor woman, they all crashed into a hedge trying to reverse to let me past. Yes, that did nearly happen. Oh, it looks a bit run down, that trailer, doesn't it? It's been there a while by the looks of it. I will try to link that video at the end of this video, if I do remember. But if I don't remember, its actual called, the vlog, I can't remember what number it is, but it's delivering to a South London farm. So if I forget to put it on there, if you do a quick search on my channel, you should be able to find the video pretty easy. But yeah, that video nearly put me off coming to London ever again. Absolute headache, it really was. And then when I got there, I spoke to another driver. I was like, how did you get here, mate? Like, which way did you come? He was like, oh, I dropped down from Croydon, it's dead easy. You don't want to be coming out the other way. I was like, yeah, I've just came from that other way. Not fun, really not fun. You'll see the end of the road in a minute, just as I turn into the yard where the delivery is, how narrow the roads start getting. I just drove past a sign then saying unsuitable for heavy goods vehicles down this way. But yeah, coming through Croydon is a lot easier, a lot less of a headache. Here we go. Start getting a little bit narrow now, these roads. But the roads that I'm talking about, a little bit further down, you can't even do this. That's how narrow they are. Whoa, now went into the back of you. Nearly had a crash on camera then. Why have to cut that down? Is that a ULEZ? Oh, that's a ULEZ camera thing being cut down. Let's go wait over here for these cars to get past. Thank you. I think they're just coming regardless, aren't they? Cheers, mate, for the worker. That's all, mate. Oh, that does seem a little bit tight there, doesn't it? I'll see if you wait there. Thank you. So just around this corner here now, this is where I'm delivering to on the left. But if I carry on down that road, it is even narrower than what you've just seen, as you can see there already. Let's get a swing. I'm not too sure if it's still a working farm though. Doesn't really look it, to be fair, does it? These speed bumps are an absolute nightmare as well. They're the little concrete ones that just throw you up in the air. A little bit like so. Got my plate and everything falling out the top. You wouldn't think there'd be business units around here, would you? Oh, got a busy yard as well. Speak to this driver, see who he's waiting for. If he's waiting for the end one, because they have containers down at the end. Hopefully it's not going to be the same place where I am. Go turn it around quickly. Hey up, mate, got a couple for you. Not sure actually. Get it turned around first so that I don't get blocked in. And in total 7 pallets to come off at this destination. Shouldn't really take too long than that. Job 1 all done and complete. Job number 2, 16 miles away, due to get there in about 40 minutes, give or take. On a good note, I don't actually have to go down back towards the M25 ring road. Instead I could cut through one of the A roads, which would then, well, technically, yeah, I do have to go back to the M25, but it's towards Dartford anyway, that way, so it's not too bad. I don't have to go the way I've came, that's the way I meant. I mean, nightmare, wouldn't it, if you're coming down here and you've got a caravan on your back and another caravan comes around the corner, meet halfway. The bump hit me that hard, it turned the radio on. Oh my word. So job number 2 is 15 pallets to get taken off. Hopefully this little access point onto the road isn't too bad. Reminds me, really, I need to give James a quick call. That's a nice view there, isn't it? Look at the views on the hills. Yep, clear, good, good. Yeah, so I need to try and give James a quick call to see which way he comes when he delivers to this place. Because it's taken me 7 hours today, bearing in mind 6 hours driving. Should be enough space for them there. So it's 6 hours driving and then 45-minute break. It's left at 5 AM, got here for 12. And it just seems it's a little bit long, that. I don't know about you, but it does feel a long time to get here. I always think to myself, it should be like 5 hours to get here. It's like, what do we do different? What have I done different from what some of the other drivers do? I always think that in my head. But realistically, you've done nothing. It's just how long it takes. That's the thing, isn't it? It's, what's the saying? It's as long as what it is wide or something. It's just one of them locations, isn't it, where it's just out the way to get here. I think next time I do come down this way, I might actually go past Birmingham on the M6, go down the A14, M11, over Dartford crossing, and then rejoin onto the A232, which I'm on now, and that will then bring me down towards Croydon area, and then drop down to the collection where it is. So it pretty much is in the middle of nowhere, so I was wondering if the other way might be a little bit quicker. It seems like today is just eaten into my driving time. And I've got a collection as well for on the way back up, already planned. And I can't really remember where it's from though. So I'll check a little bit later on. I'll just check to see if there was anything else after this delivery. Arrived now at our second delivery, and the collection point, I've just had a look now, it's at Basildon. So it's just going up north on the M25, across the Dartford tunnel, and then it's just up towards Essex area over that way. About 40 minutes to get there. Really busy at the moment. I'm not too sure why white car is trying to push its way in to do a lane when all 4 lanes come out the tunnel at the same place. And these 2 lanes are moving. Go figure. Still there, I'm blocking up all the traffic. So slow down a little bit, let this truck in. Really busy today, the crossing and the tunnels as well. Not too sure why it's so busy though at 10 to 2. Still got 19 miles to go before I'm at the collection. About 25 minutes, give or take. I quite like that little sign there for Basildon. Little sign on the hill, looks nice. 3.5 miles left to go, and 2.5 miles on this road. So it's a nice and easy one to get to, really, isn't it? Straight off the M25, down the 127. Seems to have cleared up again. It was raining a little bit when I was over at Swanley. Had a little 5-minute shower, then it just disappeared, and now nice blue skies again. That's what you want. Just here now at the transport office, so I was waiting to get myself booked in. All booked in, give the details in for the references, and down to the waiting game now. I'm not too sure though whether it's going to be a side load with the forklifts or onto a bay, because it seems like they've got both operations going on at the moment. There's a guy just sat in the middle of the yard at the moment randomly, so I'm not too sure how long he's been there. If you got to park up in the middle of it, but I've just took myself in out of the way. On the back fence, found a little parking space, so I've just parked up out of the way. But yeah, it seems a bit organised chaos as such. We waited about 50 minutes and now we can finally get over. into position to get loaded. Back there, mate. Guess so. All loaded up and ready to go. Time's just hit 4 o'clock and I've got loaded on me 26 tons of sweet brown granulated sugar. The rain is just gone horrendous right now. And on top of that, I've just seen a massive lightning strike to the side of me as well. Not heard any thunder or anything. Let's make sure I get on the right one. Thought I'll go back towards Dartford. I'll try and head towards the M11. So you can hear me. It's really loud. You can tell winter's here anyway, well, autumn at least. But it's so crazy, the weather though, because there's a massive cloud right in front of me and it's hammering it down. And then I can see to my right, which you might be able to see in a minute when I go round and round about, it's beautiful blue skies. Do you see a lightning then? I don't know if that lightning was then, but I've seen a big flash. Need to try and get into that lane if I can. But look at the difference now on the camera. You can see blue to the left and dark grey to the right. That is absolutely crazy. And it's really warm as well when you're not in underneath that rain cloud. It's so bizarre. Plan of action for today then, because I am having a night out, that is definitely for sure. I'm trying to stop over, I think it's Rothwell truck stop, just off the A14. Real nice truck services as well. If you've never been there before, I will show you around later on when I get there. But personally, I think it's probably one of the best ones, especially in the Midlands. I don't know what some of the other truck stops are like, but this one I really do rate it. It's got a free gym as well. Crazy that, isn't it? Free gym. But to get there, I've got 95 miles and 2 hours driving. I'll be arriving for about 6 o'clock. However, big however here, my 15 hours run out at 7 o'clock. So if I get stuck in traffic, which puts me back more than an hour, I'm not making it there. And then tomorrow morning, the load that I've got on at the moment, all this sugar, it's got to be delivered, I think it's in Preston for 8 AM. That's the preferred time, but if I make it a little bit later, they're okay with it. So I need to start tomorrow for 4 AM in the morning, so getting up at about 3:30, having a shower, wash, etc, sort everything out, then hit the road for about 20 past 4 to try and get there on time, nice and early. But that will be my second reduced rest for this week already, because Monday night was a reduced to 10 hours, and then tonight you're looking at the same. And it was going so well, it really was. Put the hazard lights on, try and give a bit of warning to everybody else behind. Got 50 miles to go before I'm at the services at what I try and stop at. Still saying 6 o'clock, but I don't think it's going to be 6 o'clock looking up ahead, unfortunately. And I've got 50 miles still to go till I'm there as well. Worst case scenario, if I have to stop in a lay-by or at different services, I've got food with me anyway, so I'm alright for that. I don't need to worry about eating or drinking. I've got food, water, so I can always brush my teeth, have a wash in the morning in the lay-by, which I've done quite a few times already. But it's just the home comforts in it, and especially if it's on a Snap account or the business are paying for it, you don't mind it as much. I've got to get out of the truck soon and go pay for parking. My word. Ah, it's just awful, isn't it? Right down now to about 48. Just trying to keep a good distance from the vehicle in front. Ideally, I would like kids' lights to be switched on. You can't really see his van that much when the rain's coming down really heavy. But right now it's so hard to see out the window. Keeps going from being pretty hard and heavy like it is now to extremely heavy. I've got someone to undertake it. Yeah, really clever that, mate. Oh, I didn't stay back in that lane. I knew this lane came off somewhere. I knew it stopped. Just about to pull up now at the Rothwell truck stop. And this is a truck only stop as well. You can't come here in the cars. But if you have a spotter, I presume that'll be alright for you. I think it'd be quite good for you, to be honest with you. They come over here. Get to see some really nice trucks. You go seeing how big the yard is as well if you've never been here before. It gets really busy. I had to take UK fuel as well. Oh, I hope there's room at the inn. Yeah, there's a couple of spots over there, I can see some. Just trucks, dumps everywhere. Oh my word. So yeah, somewhere around this section here. This section over here is probably the second little bit. You got more over there and more over the other side of that bush as well. Time to get booked in and pay for the parking. So this is what like as you walk in. Nice little shop. Got the kitchen. Over in this section over here, you got the lounge area. If you like your gambling, you can do some gambling over there. But that's nice, isn't it? And they've even got a free gym. So that's the kitchen area they have with the menus. Seating area, pool table. That's where I'll probably spend the rest of the evening. Yeah, they look really nice then. When you do stay here as well, you get a food voucher for £12, and with that £12 you get this lovely homemade cooked chips, onion rings, coleslaw, nice big burger, and to top it off for an extra £2 you can upgrade your drink to a nice pint. Cheers! So that's me done for the night. Good food, drink, edit the vlog. Very nice place to do it all in. Let me know as well down below if you stayed here before and what was your experience like when you did stay here. So I'm going to leave the video there. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, stay safe out there. Bye for now.